Hello, welcome to Fallen Timbers. My name is Corinne and I am the educator at Fallen Timbers, and today we will be talking about animal signs. The first thing that I want you guys to do is think about a time that you saw an animal. Whenever you see a stop sign pop up in the bottom of this video, I want you to hit the pause button and discuss the question that comes up. And then when you're done discussing that question, you can resume the video. Some of the animals that you might have mentioned seeing is something like a deer in your yard. Maybe it was under an apple tree eating food, or maybe you saw a bird flying over when you were walking outside, or maybe even a squirrel. So those are all times that we actually saw the animal and knew that it was there. But there's also other ways that we can know that an animal is there without seeing it. So I want you guys to pause the video and talk about other ways that we might know that an animal is there without seeing it. Alright, now we're going to talk about some of the ways that you might know that an animal was there without seeing it. One of the things that you guys might have mentioned is that you guys can find animal homes outside. So one example of that is maybe a bird's nest. So this nest right here is from a hummingbird. And as you can see, hummingbird nests are actually made up of spider webs. And since spider webs are very sticky, then the moss will stick on the outside. Another home that you guys might be familiar with is a wasp nest. And this is what the inside of a wasp nest looks like. You can see all of these different little honeycombs in the inside where the wasps live. Another thing that you guys might find outside is footprints. And here is an example of a bird's footprint. So over here is an example of a blue jay. So you can see how they have one toe back here and then three in the front, whereas something like a woodpecker would have two toes up here and then two toes on the bottom, made for gripping the side of a tree. But you could also find these footprints on the ground when they are eating seeds and things that have fallen from the trees. One other thing that you guys might find outside is other traces of animals. Maybe something like a feather. So if you guys look at this feather, one important thing is to look at the different colors. So this one is blue on the tip and then more of a black color and gray down here. So this feather belongs to a blue jay. And also the size of it, you guys can tell that this feather is pretty small and that it's littler than my hand. Another sign that you guys might see outside that would be left behind by an animal might be fur. Here is an example of maybe a tuft of fur that you could find outside. And this fur is from a fox. And you guys can see how it has this really bright red color. And you guys can see how large it is. So this is from a red fox. Another thing that we might find are chew marks or rub marks from a deer rubbing its antlers on a tree, or sometimes bears will actually take their claws and they will leave claw marks on the trunks of a tree. And I have an example of one of these marks that was left behind, and this one was from a beaver. So you guys can see the chew marks on this stick. And if you ever found these next to a pond, then you would know that a beaver lives there. So today you guys are going to come outside with me at Fallen Timbers and help me look for animal signs. And once we find an animal sign, you guys are going to have 3 different options of what animal that animal sign belongs to. And then you guys are going to take a guess. After you guys are done guessing, you guys are going to resume the video and I'm going to tell you the answer of what animal left that sign, and then we are going to move on to the next animal sign. Alright, we are going to all go outside and be detectives. Alright, now that we're outside at Fallen Timbers, now I want you guys to come on a hike with me and look for some animal signs. Make sure to keep your eyes open. Oh, I think I see one over there. Let's get a closer look. It looks like it's an antler. I wonder what animal left this behind. And it even looks like it might have left behind some scat or poop. Let's get a zoomed in look of it. Do you guys think that the animal was a deer, an elk, or a bear? So you guys might have figured out that those signs were left from a deer. And where we actually found those signs was in this cornfield. And deer love to eat corn and other kinds of vegetation or plants. And now let's go look for some more animal signs. Oh, I think I see something ahead. Look at what I found. Looks to be a feather of some sort. As you can see, it's kind of brown and white. It's also pretty large compared to my hand. And this animal also left behind a footprint. Looks like it has 3 different toes that we can see here in the print. Do you guys think that the animal was a robin, a cardinal, or a turkey? These signs were from the turkey. So one kind of cool thing about turkeys is that you can see them any time of the year. So like some of the other animals that go away for the winter because they don't like the cold, turkeys will actually stay. And in the winter time, you can actually see wing prints from turkeys from when they fly up into trees and sleep. So during the winter, make sure that you guys keep your eyes open for some turkey signs. All right, let's look for another animal sign. Look what I found underneath this tree. It looks like a skin of some sort, or maybe a shed. What animal do you guys think left this behind? Do you guys think that the animal was a frog, a salamander, or a snake? This shed was left behind from a snake. And snakes will shed their skin when they grow out of their old skin or if it wears out. And it can be very large or very small depending on the size of the snake. Let's get one more look at it. All right, let's see if there's more animal signs that we can find at Fallen Timbers. All right, let's look in the distance. Do we see any animal signs? Look, it looks like it's an animal home. Let's see what it looks like. Looks like there might even be some some eggs in there. What animal do you think lives there? Do you guys think that it was a squirrel, a robin, or a turkey? If you guys guessed the robin, you guys are correct. It actually takes robins about 6 days to build their nests, and they'll use mud, twigs, and dried grass. And normally we'll only find eggs in their nests if it's around May. If we were looking at nests around this time, we probably wouldn't be finding any eggs. All right, let's look for some more animal signs. Let's see what's down this path. I think I see something over here. It looks like another feather. This one is more of an orange color with dark brown stripes. And you can see that this one is also larger than my hand. This animal also left something else behind. Look at this pellet. A pellet is when an animal eats another animal whole and its body doesn't like all the bones and the fur, so then that animal's stomach will contract and then it will spit the things out that its stomach didn't like. So once again, if you guys get a close look at it, you guys might even be able to see some bones in there. Do you guys think that it was an eagle, a flamingo, or a great horned owl? If you guys guessed the great horned owl, you are correct. And one cool thing about great horned owls is that they can fly silently. And if we look at this feather, you can see that there's all these little cuts along the edge, and this is what allows them to fly silently through the air. And this is how they will sneak up on their food and catch it. I'm so glad that you guys came with me to explore today at Fallen Timbers and help me find animal signs. Now I want you guys to go in your own backyards and look for animal signs, and I'm going to attach a worksheet that you guys can follow along with. And I hope that you guys had a great time today.